Sorry, the network went off. The network went off. Welcome. So I was talking about entrepreneur's lifestyle. And so you cannot think like everybody, and you cannot, as a matter of fact, program your life like everybody. You cannot spend the money as everybody, and you cannot even look at life like everybody else. You need a lot of discipline. You need a lot of crazy thoughts, and you need a lot of knowledge, the ability to acquire knowledge and execute them. And you cannot limit yourself to your culture and your tribe, and you cannot even limit yourself to your spiritual beliefs or your religious beliefs. So it takes a lot, but it's a conduit. If you're able to use it well, along the line you will succeed. And when the others are on retirement, that's the time that you start to even explode. When you're telling the others to go on retirement around 60 or so, 65, usually that's where a lot of business people, a lot of entrepreneurs start to build their empires. Why? Because it takes a lot to get to that point where you're able to have the right skill set to build, and the character, the skill set and the character, and sometimes even the patriotism to build that which you so believe is in you to build. So the entrepreneur's lifestyle is so much different from the others. It takes what it takes to produce a politician, and what it takes to produce a religious leader. Obviously, the same. It's not the same training. The training that is required to produce a bureaucrat or an academic is entirely different from the training that then the entrepreneur must have. The entrepreneur really is a self-trained man a lot of the times. Even if you have people that you're learning, it's not something that you learn purely from classroom. They may give you literature in classroom, which may help you, but really it's something that you have to do it. It's on the ground. You know, you acquire the wisdom on the ground. It's like driving. No matter what they teach you in the classroom, you have to hit the road and have the courage to to be on the road and meet all these big cars that are coming, and apply the brakes when you have to. Sometimes you even get accident where you didn't have to get accident. So the same with entrepreneurship, and it's a bit different from the others that we've been told to do. And it's about the surest. It's about the surest way to create wealth. You know, all over the world. If you look at people who have created wealth, not the ones that stole. I'm talking of the ones that created out of their sweat and their dream, out of their talent and their service to humanity. Almost all of them, very high percentage of them, are people who they call entrepreneurs. They started when nobody believed what they started. Nobody believed in them. They had to believe in themselves at least, or they had to have somebody around them to believe in them. And most of them, they were not even sure when they started. That's the entrepreneur's lifestyle, I'm just telling you. So depending on what kind of family you come from, some families you come from, your families are very clean, organized people, and you have been always, almost all the time, the entrepreneur from the family usually is a guy who is almost always opposite what the family wants, what the family is proud about. What your parents wanted you to become is not to become a businessman or to become an entrepreneur. It's not part of the categorization, in where we come from. Becoming an entrepreneur is not part of it. They want you to become a manager, big manager of a multinational. They want you to become a doctor, a lawyer. They want you to become an engineer, That's what they want you to become. You can't go and tell them that you want to become an entrepreneur. What is that? They can they don't know it. And it's not a fanciful word. I think it is an instrument for most people to realize their dreams. So it's up to you to study it. It's up to you to know that it's a different part. Not many people know it. Not many people understand it. A lot of people have been told to work, and wait for the government to help them. And if they don't get help from anybody, they believe that the entrepreneur does not believe in I'm unemployed. No, no, no. It's not like that. Even if he doesn't have any revenue, there is always something that he's working on. The lifestyle is different. There's always something that is developing. His mind is always processing. He may not have anything. He may not have money. He may not have connection. He may not have somebody to help him. But something is connecting always within him. And the entrepreneurs usually have if you meet a typical guy who's going through the process, becoming an entrepreneur, he's not so much interested in impressing anybody. No. He's not so much interested in trying to, set a standard for himself. No. If he has to sleep on the street, he would sleep on the street. If he has to sell his shoes to support his business, he's ready to sell it. He doesn't think twice. There's a difference between those guys. The business people, the people who are only in it because they want to get a gain, usually they think twice before they make a sacrifice in terms of selling something that is dear to them. The lifestyle of the entrepreneur, usually, if one thing is left for him to sell, to put it to feed, and to give it a fair chance that maybe his dream will succeed, he's ready to do it. It's an addiction, if you want a better word for it. It's an addiction, and it's an addiction of the dream that the person thinks that he can become. It's a lifestyle. They think differently, and you can see them. They're always hopeful and they're always full of energy. Why? Because they are driven by their dream, and they always looking to learn, to become better at it, challenging their thoughts all the time. If you don't have that kind of thinking, if you don't have that kind of lifestyle, and you say that you want to be an entrepreneur, it's going to be very deep for you. It's going to be very difficult for you, because an entrepreneur is malleable. It's adaptable. It's learning. It's looking for that which works. He's not sure that it will work, but he's sure that he's not going to give up on that dream until it works. There's a difference. He's not sure it's going to work, but he's trying, and he's ready to change the plan, change the path, and to see what comes out. The other guy is so sure that it must work, and so if it doesn't work, he gives up. And the entrepreneur is not like that. The entrepreneur is always thinking, if it doesn't work, we must find a way of making it work. 2 a.m. you call him, he's up, he's working. Until the work, their lifestyle is they're very productive. Typical entrepreneur, very productive, very economical, very resourceful. I don't know what produces this kind of people, but I think, very resourceful. They think and they think and they think and they think, and they are. And one thing you can see is that they are also very grateful people, and they don't see themselves as so much better than the other person. They think that they can work more, they can work extra, they can think faster, but they don't think that they are not competing with the other person. They are competing with themselves, and they're competing with the idea. They are competing with, can it work? We have to make sure that it works. That's the entrepreneur. And so if you are the person who you're competing with your friend, and you want to impress them with your car, and impress them with your shoe and your nice clothes, you're not the entrepreneur that we are looking for. You're not part. You're not that person. Entrepreneur is always thinking like that. It's not. Yes, if you help him, fine, but he doesn't give up on himself because nobody helps him. No. Keep pushing. He keeps pushing, and that's so difficult, and that makes it so difficult for anybody to crush him. Because you can't bury him, you can't put him in the ground, because you come tomorrow, he's doing something different. He's come tomorrow, he's becoming better. He's learning constantly. He's trying to surround himself with people who think like that, who have this kind of passion. So The lifestyle that you create as an entrepreneur is it should be different from the other people because the path that you have taken it's a jungle if you don't know and you don't play with it. And you don't have to be fast in terms of trying to screw and cheat and lie to people. The entrepreneur is not really like that. He's looking at building the right foundation, strong foundation, so that whatever he has built will work. Whatever he has built will work. So you have to know. The entrepreneur is different. The entrepreneur is very different. So if you're a young guy and you're looking at this, it's not that the government is trying to push you. No, I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at those that the government is trying to give them money to start a business, startup support. I'm not looking at that. If I were the government, I would not give anybody who had produced a business plan. No, I would look for somebody who has tried. How many have you tried? How many have you failed? And the concept that you are saying that is working, can we see results before I even give you money? I will not just give you because they say that if they give you money, the nutrients that you would have to develop to succeed as an entrepreneur will destroy it because you have to qualify to be supported, and that is built from the idea stage. So if you look at the people that they pump it, they cannot start business, they cannot start on their own. Somebody must build the infrastructure for them. Somebody must help them. Somebody must hold them behind. There are people that will never try business. It's not because they are bad people, but it's because they didn't develop the nutrients, the right strength to start a business. So you can see, you can easily look at somebody's background and say that this one is not there yet. You can see it. So when somebody's talking, you can see. Maybe they can start something to give them money, but a dream to become a business and employ people and be so much enthused about it and keep pushing and making sure that the dream becomes big and you're committed to growth. That one, you must see it and you must have built it and proven yourself along the line. So it's different from even having the one skill or the other. Maybe you have a skill to produce designs, or you can build maybe some artisans, artifacts, or you can even build a house, or maybe you're a carpenter. The entrepreneurship lifestyle is not the technical lifestyle in its strictest sense. The fact that you can build table or you can manufacture table does not mean that you can build a business out of nothing that sells table. They are different. What it takes is more different. Somebody can build table and everything, but he has to be managed. He has to be controlled. Somebody must help him because when there is difficulty, he crumbles. When there are challenges, he crumbles. He wants everything for himself. He doesn't want anybody to share with him what he builds. That's not the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is not looking at building for himself alone. No. He's looking at who can join for us to build and explode. That is the kind of thinking I think the entrepreneur must have. So if you're the one trying to put everything on your chest, you may not be, you may convince yourself that you're an entrepreneur, but really you create a job for yourself and there's a difference. There's nothing wrong if you want to create a job for yourself. It's okay. I mean, you have a good job, you have a business, you have to employ some people, but you are scared to expand, you're scared to share, you're scared to open up because in your background, that lifestyle is not there. That lifestyle is not there. So if you are training to be one, there are things that you must know. And so my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about entrepreneur's lifestyle, and I said that very few people have gone through that kind of lifestyle, and very few people are attracted to that kind of lifestyle. My little understanding so far in this world is that most people like comfort. Most people don't like trouble. Most people like it is cooked, come and eat. They don't want to be part of the cooking at all. They don't want to struggle. That's why a lot of people are looking for jobs, looking for government positions and things like that because they want it cooked. The entrepreneur cooks it. You must go through all the processes to cook it before you can eat it. And there's a big difference. That if you have to go and gather all the nutrients, go to the kitchen, the heat, and cook it before you eat. If you come and it's been cooked and you're eating, that's not a job. That's not so much difficult, isn't it? Yes, but the other one who had to go through all that to cook before you you can eat is a bit different. So the entrepreneur goes through the processes to cook it. The others, does it's cooked, go and work. So when they give you employment letter and you go and you're happy, somebody built the business. And that person's skill set, that person's way of looking at life is so much different from the other one who is waiting to get a ready job and get monthly salary. So you cannot think as everybody. You must make sure that your time is managed and managed well. You cannot be loose on your finances, because every mistake that you make on your finances, they stay with you, and you are the one to solve it, not everybody. And once you are also growing, you must make sure that you grow with with a personality, with something that people can trust. You need that, because your whole drive is not just the money. The whole drive is a realization of a dream, which may come up in the form of an introduction of a product which can be pushed through a business setup. So you are not really just tag, and so you are not the entrepreneur is not just trying to kill everybody for money. That is different. And you are not looking for comfort, even though you're not looking for mistakes, they will come. And once they come, you don't panic. That's the difference between the entrepreneur is always having a way of interpreting the mistakes, the errors, the damages that come. The other people will panic, they will run away, they'll be afraid. They don't like the shame. They don't like all those things that come with it. The entrepreneur, you don't like the shame, but you have to find a way of dealing with it, because you know that it comes with it anyway. And so you're trying to build a structure that can create wealth. That's an entrepreneur. And you don't have to give yourself a year or two. You have to give yourself at least 10 to 20 years building this kind of. And so it's a ride, it's a journey, it's a lifestyle that you have to learn to enjoy. You have to surround yourself with a lot of books, a lot of knowledge. You have to have material. You have to create your own network of people, whether the virtual or the physical one. You cannot have friends who are complaining every day of going to work every Sunday, Monday morning, and you say you're an entrepreneur. You must have people who are also have similar kind of lifestyle, so that you can have a lot of things to share, and build your strength, build your ethics, your courage, and nothing like it. Nobody really controls your time anyway. And that's why you have to be super disciplined and get a lot of things done. Because when people say that I want to work for myself and I want to control, no. If you're not a lot disciplined, you can't get anything done. And you may be far better off getting that job than trying to build any business, because you don't have that level of, in quote, maturity to handle yourself, because it takes a lot of strength, a lot of discipline to handle freedom. Yes, entrepreneurship is freedom. I can tell you that. Somebody tomorrow morning must go to work. You can say that I'm going to work up to 2 p.m. Or 2 a.m. and I get up tomorrow, maybe 10. It's up to you. It depends on how you, but you work. Obviously, you work far more than anybody. The only thing is that you get to at least arrange the timelines that you work. And then you have to also know that others will appear like more successful than you when you start. So if you want to compare yourself with your classmates, you'll be disappointed. They will marry, they will give birth, they will build houses, buy nice cars, be so much respected in society. You have, all the titles, and you'll still be struggling with your business. And maybe you would have collapsed maybe 10 or 2 or 3, but never don't stop. Why? Because it's a part that the more you're going, the more skilled you're becoming. The more you're going, the more intelligent that you're becoming. The more you're going, the more deeper that you start to realize the journey. And nobody really fails as an entrepreneur. You only give up on yourself. because if you're really studying it, you will know one way or the other something will pop up that will leverage every experiences that you think you may have had, or even the waste and the losses that you think you may have gone through. Something somewhere will come up that will leverage everything like that if you don't give up. So you cannot think. You always have to be very optimistic of the future and you work towards it. You work extra. If others are working 10 hours, you have to work 100 hours. If others are wasting money, you have to be disciplined. If others give up and they are ungrateful, they fight people, you have to embrace, because you don't know. If you're ugly to people, you don't know who is bringing the next day. So you're always looking at the good in people. It doesn't matter whether they are cleaner or they are the CEO. You respect, you have to have that if you're going to be an entrepreneur, and if you're going to build out of nothing, and if you're going to build a character and skill. You have to have that optimum respect for people, and you've got to be grateful. If anybody gives you any opportunity, you have to be thankful for that. You have to have that spirit to be joyous, that spirit to be, thankful, grateful. You have to have that discipline, and you have to have that strength of mind to stay with that cause. And the other thing is that you don't have to believe in others more than you believe in yourself. What I mean by that is that if you meet challenges, that's not the time you'll be looking for some oil that they have prayed somewhere. You want to put it on your head so that you get a miracle. Entrepreneurship journey is not a miracle. It's a fight. It's not a prayer. It's a fight. You have to become better. Constantly become better. You have to become better, and you don't have to entertain that thinking that if something is not working, it means that something somewhere is against you. You don't think like that. No, you know that if it's not working, there's something that you don't know. So you have to go and look for it, or somebody else knows it. So I'm going to look for that information. Always, that's how you think like that. If you think like something is not working, so it means that I have to go and look for all these magicians that are all over, then it's going to be dangerous for you as an entrepreneur. So it's a good journey. You have to believe in yourself. You have to keep fighting, and it will pay off by all means. By all means. By all means. You don't have to be so much intelligent in terms of academics. You just have to have the strength to keep going when everybody else is giving up. And you have to be a student of life. You have to read, you have to study, and you have to believe in yourself. And one thing that you also have to have is that you have to believe in the country. Like if you're in Ghana, you must believe in the possibility and the contributions that you can make, because that's what separates all those who succeed in any country than the others. If you're looking at all the things that don't work here, you never see the opportunities. If you're looking at all the things, you become disappointed. You look at the politicians, you look at the religious leaders, you look at all these guys, and you become confused and pain, and curse yourself that why was I born here? You will not see the opportunities. You don't have to use your energy on that. You use your energy to say that, wow, thank God I was born here. What can I solve? And you go to another office, they close the door. Don't worry. You go to another office, they close. If you have to fight, fight. But don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the country. And don't give up on your dream. And become so much astute, steady. And look, what product that are you introducing to the market? What service? Commit yourself to becoming the best in that. Becoming the best. Look at how you can do it and do it well. And don't be looking for all those connections. Just build. Build. If anybody, and the other thing is, if anybody wants to connect you, they want to connect you because they know that you are committed to something. People should connect you because they believe that you have something to offer. So I'm talking about the entrepreneur's lifestyle. So never, if you have it, if you don't have it, I don't know, then maybe go and look for a job. But if you look at your background, you're a child, the things that you were doing when you were growing up, maybe you're helping your mother in the kitchen, you're helping your mother in the market, you're helping your mother in the farm, your father, you like selling, you pick something, you go and sell. Those all contributed to you becoming an entrepreneur. It doesn't just happen like that. So if you were just like a portrait, the portrait, the one, the you know, that one, then there's not much for you. But it takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of resilience, and it takes a lot of independent thinking. And you have got to study. You have got to study. And you don't have to agree with everybody. And that's something about being an entrepreneur. You don't have to agree with everybody. You can appreciate whatever everybody thinks, but you must have a mind on your own, or you give up. Because something about this kind of lifestyle is that if you're going to make progress and you're going to be ethical, you are going to be honest, you are going to make progress and you're going to be ethical, you've got to learn more, constantly becoming better. That's why people who are not learning have got to cut corners for them to make seemingly progress that they think they're making. Because holding those are very difficult, credible, and growing. You've got to know a lot to do that. So if you don't like learning, if you don't like reading, if you don't like studying, then you have got to cut all the corners to make something like you're doing well. And then in no time, it collapses on you. So that's my take on entrepreneurship lifestyle or entrepreneur's lifestyle. There's a lot that you can do for yourself. So my name is Kwabena. Thank you. I've talked about entrepreneur's lifestyle. I say that very few people can do this or have trained to do that or have gone through life to do that. Most people work for the government or other people's company, or better still, they will work for themselves. But the entrepreneur is looking at taking an idea, building an infrastructure around it, and commercializing it. You cannot think as everybody. You must have some kind of thinking that and you must believe in yourself. You have to have that discipline to manage yourself, manage your time, and you have to have absolute confidence in yourself and see the good in people. Like I said, it's a lifestyle that for me, nothing comes close. Nothing. You see, some people cannot survive if the monthly pay does not come. Entrepreneur, you probably will have done that 10,000 times. Sometimes it's too silly in your pocket at the initial stages. But it's for me, it's the best lifestyle so far, because anyway they plant you, you can do something for yourself, and you can enjoy it and never be worried about what people think that much. It's a lifestyle. So thank you very much for